Hello and good evening, all. How we doing? Welcome to another Friday night here at Whiskey Wars. Welcome to the show, everybody. Glad to see we got some in early. Cheers to all you guys. We'll go through that here in just a second. One thing I did not put on the thumbnail is because I almost forgot. Haven't done the Patreon giveaway yet for this month, so we need to get that done. Because I almost forgot. And let me mute YouTube. Yeah. Also, if you guys could, hit that like button, that would be great. Fantastic. So feel free to do that. Gets it out there. Hopefully more people see it and all that stuff. I am wearing a hoodie. It's my Wrangler hoodie that I wear pretty often. Wearing it right now, though, because pretty freaking cold here. The current temperature is 3 degrees. Yeah, it's 3 degrees Fahrenheit here right now. So pretty chilly. I think last night it got down to -5 actual temperature. And then with the wind chill, I guess we got down to something like -32 with wind chill, somewhere around there. So pretty freaking cold. It's the coldest I've been in a long time. I know that. I had to take the dog out early, and it was very, very cold this morning. Anyway, let's get to some chat. Actually, let me pour a little something first. So I am behind on 21090's advent calendar thing. So we're going to get some of these poured here. I just kind of picked some that I haven't gotten to yet. So this is, let's see here. Let me read my notes here. This is the NASA Family Reserve, thanks to JG. So thank you, JG, for this sample, and 21090, the guys over at 21090, for getting all these sent out. So NASA Family Reserve here, going in the glass, so I can cheers you guys and get some whiskey going. Yeah. Also, of course, as always, let me know what you guys are drinking. Would love to know that. My mic's a little bit low here. Pulled the mic out there for a second. Sorry about that, folks. I was trying to raise it, but unplugged it. So yeah, all right. Now we're back at it. Hopefully you can hear me. Yeah, everything good. The family is ever smelling pretty good. Anyway, let's get to chat here. Jacob here first. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. I know Jacob was had a cold flu, something he's taking antibiotics for. Hopefully you're feeling, buddy. Feeling better, buddy. There we go. Words are hard. Let's take a sip here. Maybe that'll help slow the mind down. And cheers to all you guys. Yeah. Cheers to everybody that's here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Cheers to all. Cheers to you as well, John Kranz. That NASA Family Reserve, pretty good stuff. Let's go, boys. Pour some drinks. Yes, for sure. Like I said, let me know what you're sipping on, guys. You pour, be right back. Sounds good. Slapshot, Brian, how we doing, buddy? Cheers to you. Good to see you. There's me cheersing everyone. Woods, oh yeah, yes. Let's get the show on the road. And there is the link for anybody that does want to hop on and chat with me, hang out, have some drinks. Would love to do that. It's been too long. It's been 2 weeks since I've done this. Missed you guys. So yeah, hop on and we'll chat, talk whiskey and other stuff. Well, I'm sure we'll get sidetracked on many other things, but certainly we'll talk some whiskey. And also, has anybody else had the NASA Family Reserve? I would say pretty good stuff. I don't know much about it. I'm going to guess based on just the nose and palate that it is sourced from MGP, but let me know if I'm wrong. If someone knows about this, I don't know anything about it. It tastes like it's MGP source, but it's a very good MGP, so that's always good. Yeah, that's pretty good stuff. Liking that. 4 Leaf Whiskey here. Cheers to you, Stacy. Good to see you. And of course, another great channel you guys should be checking out. I assume you guys are already, but as well as, of course, Brian there, Slapshots Roadhouse. Good channel. So there's my neighbor. What's up, Adam? Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully you guys are not freezing over there. If you are, we got some extra heaters if you need them. There's Chris Tats. Cheers to you over there in Australia. Merry Christmas to the Rat Pack team leader. Yeah, I still need to At some point, I will get some merch for you guys. If you need more shirts or glens or whatever the thing, we'll figure it out someday. It's -3 in Columbus right now. Okay, so I got you beat by 6 degrees. That's not a lot, though. Either way, it's still really, really freaking cold. Thanks for that, Adam. Cheers to you. Appreciate you, buddy. Good to see you. You guys went last night, right? Last night? I know you went a day that was not a Sunday. Yeah, so I think you guys went last night. I'm sorry, I've kind of been absent on Whiskey Tube, mainly because I have to drink less now, which sucks. But also just busy getting ready for the storm, making sure that things didn't freeze, and cars checking antifreeze strength and all the things, making sure we had plenty of propane and generators and gas and all the amazing stuff. Yeah, it's good times yesterday. Anyway, this storm will produce freezing storm survivor barrel. Yeah, exactly, for sure. Yeah, that'll be the next gimmicky E.H. Taylor barrel that Buffalo Trace releases for sure. It'll be like they'll pick 2 barrels, so 500 bottles for the whole country. Good luck getting one. There we go. There is the link to 4-Leaf Whiskey. Thank you for that. Hanging AZ. Appreciate you sharing the links there. Thanks, buddy. And cheers, Jacob. Cheers to everybody. Cheers to Chris. Cheers to Adam. Cheers to, there we got Alex there. Cheers to Alex. How we doing, buddy? Good to see you. I assume it's much colder up your way. I'm complaining about 3 degrees. It's -3 where Stacy is. I can't imagine what it is up your way because you're even farther north. Of course, maybe it started to warm back up your way. I don't know. Either way, I'm sure it's still very cold. Let's see here. Hey, Heartside, good to see you. Eileen, good to see you. She was the winner of 21090's giveaway the other night. That's very cool. A whole nother advent calendar of sorts. Well, 24 samples. Yeah, however you want to look at it. So that's pretty awesome. Hopefully Todd or Andy, one of the two, show up because I want to drink at least one of these. Of course, they've probably already drank it, but one of these advent calendar days with them. But anyway, cheers to Eileen. Good to see you. Let's see here. Having some Obtainium light whiskey tonight. Oh, actually, funny that you say that, Stacy. So Patreons, first off, these are some of the bottles that I found while I was in Florida. So I got a Larceny C922. Pretty happy about that. That completes the Larceny line for the year. I got an Obtainium Boo-Rye. This is not hazmat, but it is still like 120, it's 119 proof. So still pretty decent. And I like it. It does taste pretty nice. And I've gotten to know this store owner down in Florida. Excuse me. And he does really nice picks. It's also where I got this ECBP pick from. It's an 8-year ECBP. Although it's only 8 years, it's pretty tasty. And it's also 133.6 proof. So it's a proofy gal, but very good. So those 3 will be the Patreon giveaway tonight. So 2 ounces of each of those, as well as, because we'll always do 4, as well as 1 more of your choosing. Or you can do all of them of your choosing, however you want to do it. The whiskey collection is always growing. So if you don't want any of these for some reason, although I think all of them are pretty good, you can choose something else. So again, that's the Patreon giveaway. 4 samples there for you Patreons. And I know, guys, I'm way behind between medical stuff and then vacation and just all kinds of stuff, work. I know I'm way behind on deliveries, but I promise I'm going to spend this weekend, since I can't really go anywhere, packaging up samples. So I have not forgotten about you guys. I know Woods, I owe you some. I think I owe T-Rob some. I know I owe Sierra some. The Turks. Let's see, Templar. I know I'll owe a lot of you guys samples. So, but I haven't forgotten. I have not forgotten, so we will get them out to you. Anyway. Hey, here we go. There's Chris, and Chris rocking some facial hair there. I'm liking it, man.
Yeah, with not going to have to travel to work or anything, I've just been completely lazy.
I like it. It looks good on you, man.
Yeah, this grows really well. This doesn't exactly grow real well.
That's all right. So, how does Lil feel about it? She like it?
Nope.
No, it's a no. Okay. All right. Well, that's too bad. Oh, what's this? I just now I'm seeing it. Slowly recovering from Rona. Oh, that sucks. And I'm still slowly recovering from. Oh, so you had the knee surgery?
Yeah, just over 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I missed a lot of stuff when I was on vacation because I was absent 2 Fridays. So Lil, how are you? I suppose you don't want to be on camera since you're still kind of sick, but how are you feeling?
She's going.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
She's been like she's just had a really bad cold.
Okay, so not a severe case.
Having a bad, severe bout of the Rona. So,
which day is she on now? As far as
she got the rat test done the PCR test done on Tuesday. Got the results on Wednesday saying she was positive.
Okay.
But she got a phone call from the guy from work who she did a trip to Melbourne with on Friday, Saturday, who said that Monday morning he tested positive for Rona.
Okay, so day 3 or 4, maybe 5, somewhere in there, something like that.
Yeah, so she's slowly improving. She's not as liquefied, shall we say, today.
Gotcha. Well, good. I'm glad to hear that you guys are.
The tap's slowly being turned off.
Right. I hear you. Yeah. The face isn't leaking anymore, right?
Yes. Which is good because it'll make it a nicer Christmas.
Yes, for sure. Well, glad
it is Christmas Eve over here now. So.
Oh right, yes, guys, because you guys are in the future. Yeah. So, how's your knee feeling?
At the moment, very cold because it's under an ice pack.
Okay. That helps.
Still pretty weak. I'll have a good day and then I'll have like 2 really bad days where I can't bear any weight, can't do anything. It just freaks out. It does all sorts of things.
Yeah.
And you're back onto the painkillers. But yesterday and today so far have been really good just with ice packing it constantly. So the swelling's all come down and everything. So
cool, man. Well,
just I did my exercises a bit easier this morning. So, but it's just getting weight bearing now onto it more and more. So,
gotcha. Well, hopefully, at least the swelling going down, that's good signs. That means things are healing and getting better. So, yeah. Have you had the NASA Family Reserve? That was the first thing I poured tonight.
I think we had a pour of it when we were over.
Yeah. I feel like just based on.
But I think we did.
I feel like based on just nose and palate that it's MGP source. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. It's just a sample, but that's what it tastes like. But it's a good one. It's a very good MGP, whatever it is, or what? Maybe it's not. Roger Randall saying he's having Wild Turkey 101. Always a good way to start tonight. Let's see here, Jack.
That's always a good starter.
What's that?
Always a good starter. 101.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I had a pretty bad bacteria infection. I had started to get better, but relapsed a bit and had to go into another round of antibiotics. Stuff was way worse than COVID. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I didn't have COVID bad, but my wife did. So, but of course she's asthmatic and severe asthmatic. So, yeah, it's fun getting sick.
That's on 0 symptoms at all. So,
yeah. Well, good. Hopefully it stays that way.
Yeah, I hope so.
Templar Fidelis, what's up, buddy? Another one that I owe samples to. I have not forgotten you, I promise. Like I said earlier, since you probably, I don't know if you caught that or not, but this weekend I'm going to spend packing up mini boxes of samples. So there you go. Yes, get well, Lil, for sure. Let's see, 4 of the 5 passed. Oh, you guys have been going live a lot. Okay, well, cool. Good stuff. I think once it's 5 degrees or less, it really doesn't. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's 3 here right now, and with the wind chill, it's still like negative 19, which is just ridiculous cold. It's way too freaking cold. Yeah. So, and there's the link to Live Wire. Cool. It's okay.
Yeah. I was just about to say you need to go to mine. We're currently very cold here too. So
yeah, 77. Oh yeah, that's quite chilly.
Well, we're normally 105 the day before Christmas.
Oh yeah. Okay. So not exactly a white Christmas there in Australia.
No, it's generally the bowels of hell.
Right. Yeah.
We're generally in the middle of a sauna because we're generally 99% humidity and 105 Fahrenheit.
Yeah, you guys live in opposite world down there, and I mean,
yeah,
of course,
even Ken's going to be happy today because I think it drops a bit for him. He was 107.5 yesterday or something, and
right. Yeah, I mean, of course, Christmas wasn't invented, I guess is the right word, by Constantine, and he was a Roman, so
that's
quite a bit north of you guys. Anyway, let's see here. There you go. Yeah, thanks for posting the link there, AZ. Good man. Appreciate you. 25 Fahrenheit in southeast Texas. Oh, that's not too bad. Pretty cold by our standards. Yeah, for sure. I mean, well, 3 degrees is pretty cold for Kentucky standards as well.
Well, the lowest temperature we've had in our trips over was 34 degrees in Lexington one night, which was a UK game.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That I mean, when you're sitting,
and that was the maximum. I think it got down to into the 20s at night. So
when you're sitting in an open stadium, though, and just sitting, 34 is pretty friggin' cold. I mean,
Oh yeah, especially on aluminum seating.
Yeah. Not exactly, So typically, if I was doing a hunt, I would be like, I'd have my thermals on and all that kind of stuff if that was the weather. So, and I imagine you weren't quite dressed that way. So,
well, the day before was 78. So
right, yeah. Welcome to Kentucky.
we kind of didn't have any cold weather gear, so we spent that morning running around to all the Walmarts buying up all the cold weather gear we could find for going to the UK game. Beanies, scarves, gloves.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that was fun running around trying to find a decent deal on cold weather stuff. We got Jeffrey Wack here. What's up? Hello, whiskey friends. Of course, another great channel here on YouTube as well as Instagram. Of course, I guess Jeffrey's doing both things now, so good stuff. And Jeff, he sent all the samples for me and Mike's battle back maybe a month ago now on Livewire. That was good times. Thank you for that, Jeffrey. Good stuff. And Jack saying those ECB picks are fire, 8 to 11 years. I actually think the younger picks are better. Yet it seems like a lot of people are of that opinion. I know Bobby got an 8-year pick out in Cali that I need to talk to him more about because I'm going to see about getting one of those out this way, hand delivery and such. So I'm really digging this 8-year one. And, and it's a store owner that actually knows about whiskey, which is a rare find these days. It seems like most of them are just out to make money, but this guy actually knows whiskey and loves it and drinks it himself. So he actually cares what it tastes like. And this was a really good pick. So just happy.
Well, did I give you a sample of Ballers BCBP hazmat pick?
Yeah. And that was good. Not to sound like a bitch or anything, but it drank a little, the heat kind of overwhelmed the flavors for me. Not that it was bad by any means. Because this is not real far off. This is, 7 proof lower. Ballers was 141, right? Something like
141, that. Yeah. 10 years from the top Rick.
Yeah, so this is, 8. I don't know where his was at in 141, but so this is 8 proof lower. So not exactly low. But I get more flavors out of this and less heat. The Baller pick was good though. Nothing against Baller's pick, but
that was a weird thing. I didn't get the heat out of Baller's pick.
No, okay. Well,
it was strange. I didn't get the heat, so I've got to crack the just under hazmat pick because supposedly, from what Lee said, the 139 drinks hotter than the 141.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So
Ben's here. What's up, buddy? I suppose that Ben is going after me. I haven't checked, but I imagine that you will. And who is this son of a bitch? I don't know. It's been 2 weeks, man. Good to be back. Yes, cheers to Lil. And Lil, glad you're feeling better. Drinking Rebecca Creek double, man, if I got to read. Creek double barrel Spanish oak. 123 proof MGP aged in Texas. Oh, that's it. That sounds
nice.
Yeah, I would love to see some MGP that has like those dark Texas notes in it. That sounds interesting to me.
I don't think I've ever had a Spanish oak.
I don't know.
I've had a lot of French oaks, but not a Spanish.
Yeah, I don't think I've had a Spanish oak or anything MGP that's been aged in Texas. So all that sounds interesting to me. What I'm drinking right now, though, I didn't really say it, I don't think, is what is this? This is the
Bobby.
Heaven's Door Decade Series 10-year. I don't know if just everything smells and tastes like MGP tonight, or if I just picked two things that are actually sourced from MGP in a row. Did anybody know where Heaven's Door is sourced from? I mean, because I know that Bob Dylan and crew are not making their own whiskey. So
I think that is MGP, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it smells like it and it tastes like it. It's a good. I mean, it's a 10-year MGP. It is pretty nice. I think I prefer the NASA Family Reserve. But anyway, it's good. Anyway, back to chat here. Cheers, Sean. Merry Christmas. Cheers, buddy. Good to see you, Mark. Mark went live last night. I missed that, but because I was doing all the crap here to make sure we don't freeze. So a quick story on that. So we have a propane fireplace I mean, it's not really a fireplace. It's really just a fancy propane grill that looks like a fireplace. That's probably a more accurate description. But anyway, so we hadn't run it in a long time because we just don't generally have a need for it. But with this ice storm coming through, there was a potential that we could lose power. And so I thought, well, let me just get this thing hooked back up and make sure it's working. So I go to check it, and I hear the gas coming out, which, first off, you really shouldn't hear it the way I was hearing it. So I kind of figured there was an issue. So I'm trying to light it. Nothing's lighting. Finally get it to light, and I get the big poof of, fireball kind of thing. Wasn't huge, but enough to, make you jump back a little. And then there's like a torch coming out of the regulator. So apparently the regulator has broken or something. And yeah, so I had to yell at the wife to shut the gas off outside and, not burn the house down. So yeah, we need a new gas fireplace, looks like. Good to know. Yeah. Let's see here. Dave Brown, Bourbon Hunter. I don't know if we've met before, Dave Brown, but welcome. Good to have you, as always. Cheers to my whiskey drinking friends. Yes, cheers to you, man. And what are we drinking tonight? Let us know, please. I was hopeful that Todd would pop in, but I imagine he's busy with family because I wanted to share this Iron Root with him because he hasn't had a lot of Texas stuff. So I was curious if he had a little bit left to drink live with me. But anyway, I think I'll just get into it anyway without Todd because I've been waiting basically the whole Advent calendar to try this. And I see that Stanley is here in chat. So Stanley, thank you for this Iron Root. I've been waiting till day 23 to try it, and it's finally arrived. Chris, well, you guys have any of the Iron Root stuff?
Not over here. I mean, it's available in a couple of places, but yeah, we did have some down at Whiskey Tribe years ago.
Okay.
But
I suppose that's a distant memory now. So
yeah, that was 2018, I think, when we went to Austin.
Had a few whiskeys since then, so yeah.
You could just say that about Lexington.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just that day. What is this? No, you won't. No, I won't what? Anyway, I'm behind on chat. So there is Mark's link, so please check him out. And again, he went live last night and goes every Thursday, as far as I know. He has the Late Show. I think, Mark, you go live at midnight, I believe, something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. There is the man provided this sample right here. Thank you, Stanley. I've been looking forward to this for quite a while. I've had Iron Root, but it's been a long time as well myself. So I've kind of forgotten. It's been 2 or 3 years now. My sister and brother-in-law go down to Texas fairly often because they have friends down there, and they brought me back a little bit a couple of years back, kind of when I was just, well, that's not really accurate. So it must have been longer than that. It must have been like 2, 3, 4 years. I don't know. It's been a while. Whenever it was, between whiskey and life, I've kind of lost track of time. But it's been so long that I don't really remember it. It smells like Texas bourbon, though, so we're off to a good start. McAfee's, nice. Cheers, Jack. Yes, cheers, Jack. Stanley. Let's see here. Cheers, everybody. Crazy thing is it'll be 62 degrees next Saturday. Oh, that's Roscoe. You're here in Kentucky as well, aren't you? I feel like that's right. And yes, it will be. Yeah, it's going to be quite a bit warmer next Saturday. There is the Mash Bills link. Bobby, what's up, buddy? How we doing? And Bobby, if you got the time, hopefully you can hop on. So me and Bobby were supposed to...
Bobby.
What's that?
Jump on in, Bobby.
Oh yeah.
We're generally on Bobby's stream, so it'd be fun for him to come in on yours.
Yeah, me and Bobby were supposed to go live tonight, but he had some stuff come up, as did I. I really ended up not having time last night either because of all the crap with this stupid storm. So it kind of worked out. But yeah, we were supposed to be live together. I was supposed to hop on with him, but things happen. Life gets in the way. Go Cats! Hell yeah. Hey y'all, what's up, Wayne? How we doing, man? And what are we drinking? And we got Dustin in the house. What's up, buddy? Another member of the Kentucky meetup here. How we doing?
How's it going, guys?
Good, man. Good.
Slowly recovering down here, Dustin.
Oh man, you've been like you've been having a rough, Chris. I just leave it at that.
Basically ever since I got back from the States.
I know. Yeah, I don't even feel like I want to say I feel sorry for you or anything. It's just like one of those like.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Oh, Chris, stop falling. Tell your body to man up.
There you go. And there is Bobby's link right there at Bax Bourbon. And also the guy right below me here also has a channel. There we go. There's the right angle of pointing.
Yeah.
Top shelf whiskey here, Dustin.
And we tried going live earlier, but Mike rage quit.
Fair enough. Okay. And what caused the rage quitting, if I may ask?
I think partially he was just in a grumpy mood because he fell asleep and slept past when we originally were planning on going live. And so I called him up, and I think he was tired. And then he couldn't get his new Yeti mic that he just picked up to work on his computer. And at that point, he's just like, dude, I can't act like I'm in a good mood. This isn't going to work.
Gotcha.
I was like, all right, fair enough. I think a lot of us are in a grumpy mood with these temperatures. In fact, I have a space heater right next to me, but it doesn't get to where my feet are because they're shielded by my desk. And my feet are ice cold, and my arm is hot.
Okay, so I feel your pain. I have the same exact situation going on. My right arm is on fire, legs cold as ice.
Yeah, I don't get it because this room is relatively well heated in general, but I'm close enough to the window where I was like, and I've got the space heater right here. It's doing nothing for my feet.
I'll tell you one thing that we found out today, where all the draft spots are in our house. We know where.
Yeah, well, and that's where next month you start just putting little markers on there, and you come in next month with a giant set of caulk, and you're just like, all right, you, yeah. We're gonna have to redo this wall because it needs insulation.
Yeah, we got a couple windows that are not sealing as well as we thought. So we know now.
There's probably no better investment you could make than putting in new windows when you've got inefficient ones.
Oh yeah. Well, see, I mean, our house is built in '60s.
Over here.
What's
That's
that,
the
Chris?
difference over here. We're quite happy to have drafts.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. When you live in hell, yeah, a breeze is nice.
Yeah.
Ben, my space heater is very, very large, like furniture style space heater that's supposed to look nice. Makes it difficult to put in different locations.
Gotcha.
And also, there's a limit of the cord length here. It's awkward.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear mine. The one I'm using right now, it's quite loud because I'm down in the basement, so I get relegated the kind of crappy one that the nice ones are upstairs.
This thing looks like a furnace or something where you put like logs and heat them, and you can even turn on the light where like it makes the fake wood in there light up. In fact, you can even open the door, which makes no sense because there's no reason to ever open the door. There's nothing in there.
Right. So my propane one that is broken. Now I know. It does the same exact thing. All the things you were just saying. It's got the fake logs and the lights and the fake flame and all. Yeah. Unfortunately, the regulator was broke, so we had a very real flame that was kind of a problem for a while.
Yeah, Ben, I wouldn't own this thing if it weren't for the fact that at one point I just decided that I wasn't going to pay for gas, and I stubbornly used space heaters for 2 years to live in an apartment.
Well, I mean, now with inflation affecting basically all fossil fuels, it's cheaper to run electric heat. So propane is a lot more expensive now. It used to be cheaper, like I don't know, 3-4 years ago. Not now.
It always comes down to, like, honestly, I mean, it's 9 times out of 10 is which system's newer, because they always just get a little more efficient, a little more effective.
Well, Jacob, hopefully you're still here. Yeah. Hopefully by next week you're feeling better, man. Cheers to you. Thanks for popping in anyway. And we will see you next week. Hopefully you're recovered by then. The antibiotics.
What are we pouring tonight, guys? I've got a decent number of options.
Yeah, so I'm just finishing off my Iron Root or Harbinger sample from Stanley that I got from 21090 and those guys that did the whole Advent calendar thing. So I got a little bit left of that. So
what do you think?
If you want to pour something in Texas, then if you want to go Texas. If not, before that, I had some Heaven Store 10-year, and then before that was some NASA Family Reserve. So
you've just struck me out 3 straight ones.
Okay, well then next we got some Larceny C922. That'll be the next thing I get to. I have some Obtanium, and then I also have an ECBP in front of me. So that's what's on the list for tonight.
Cool, got ECBP.
Okay, all right. that's last on the list, but we can jump ship and just we'll do that.
Well, you know what? I'll just pour something else then. Let's see here. You know what? I brought this out to pour earlier.
Okay.
Going Irish.
What do we got there? It's in a fancy box.
Yeah, I don't know why they need that, but this is the Kyle Begg Woods Der Gaelic from that came out earlier in the year.
Yep.
White good stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll fully want to focus here, but it's
sort
trying. We'll make it like it's
there you go. Yeah, if you get close,
there it is.
Now we can read the words.
Yeah.
Good job, camera.
Once the camera knows there's absolutely no chance of seeing anything, it's like, all right, I'll focus on something else. I kind of wish you had like settings on your camera where you're like, all right, you're going to focus on face. Cool. Now you're going to focus on text. Got it. And most importantly, you're going to focus on ass, just in case I need it.
Yeah, in case a random ass pops on screen.
That's why Ken has 5 cameras.
Hey, you know what? What happens if a girl decides to start twerking and she turns around and then it focuses on her face and you're like, "No, camera, that's not the focus."
Stupid camera.
She's twerking. That's secondary.
You ruined it. Oh. Anyway, Whiskey Wars Iron Root Harbinger 115 is at Total Wine and in Texas. I believe possibly in some very small markets. Yeah, I don't think I've seen any Iron Root here in Kentucky. What about you? You're just north of me, Dustin.
So Iron Root is pretty much. So I understand it. They're pretty much exclusive to Total Wines outside of Texas, with maybe like California or somebody else gets it at other stores. So if you go to a Total Wines like in Louisville or Lexington, which I think is the only ones that are there, they will have it.
Okay,
So party sauce, have it? I can't remember if I've seen.
No. Iron Root is exclusive in Kentucky and most states to Total Wines because they got to deal with them. And you got to remember, they're a small distillery. They don't really have a ton of capacity.
Yeah.
Like they were telling me Balcones is like 5 times their capacity. So they're pretty limited. So the fact that they got into Total Wines means Total Wines is their daddy. So
I got to say, Stanley, since you are here, let's talk about it. I know a lot of people really love this stuff. I don't dislike it. I don't think it's as good as it's. Well, of course, totally not apples to apples here, but I think the Balcones single malt is far superior. I think actually the True Blue cask strength I like better. There's kind of this weird note on the finish that I don't necessarily love. It's kind of like it's something like the bitterness you get on overcooked coffee, like it's when it's been sitting in the pot too long. That kind of I don't know.
It's that Texas superheat funk that's coming through from the heating process, and then they're using that
but I mean
natural corn thing that's like they use the Bloody Butcher corn, I believe, and it gives it the two of those combined just create a very unique flavor.
Well, I mean, so typically I like the coffee note on the back end of a Texas whiskey. It's just that this one, the way it comes across, I don't necessarily love. I don't hate it. It's just I like the palate a lot. So the finish is a little.
Try it on the rocks. It will completely change your mind on it. It really improves it.
Yeah.
You have enough left over.
I have quarter of an ounce, maybe.
That'd be tough to put on ice. But it does do very well in ice because it sweetens it up a little bit and it mutes some of that bitterness on the end.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, it's a little bit like, as you said, Dustin, it's a little bit kind of bitter, burnt coffee on the back end. But all in all, not bad. I'm glad to try it again. So I kind of know what I'm, because I
pulled off most of my bottle with Eric Waite one night on after streams with him, drinking it on the rocks.
And there is the link to Top Shelf Dustin and Top Shelf Whiskey there. So please check those guys out if you're not already. I mean, I feel like at this point, everybody that's here probably knows who all of us are, but for some reason you don't.
We might get a new person once in a while, right?
Yeah, that's true. We could. Yeah, we could attract new people occasionally.
I mean, you're up to 1,350 subscribers. I can't imagine they are all crossing over with all the channels.
Yeah.
If you move the heater under the desk, it'd probably get really hot under the desk.
This is a very large desk, so that would be fine. It's more I can't get this under the desk.
Yeah. Yeah, mine is
a big heater.
Mine's tall, so it's not necessarily a wide, but it's tall.
Yeah. I mean, this thing would fit under the desk, yes, but I mean, the cord would have to come around, or I'd have to somehow get the cord under the desk. It would be awkward, or I'd have to go through the
Yeah. So to Ben's question, so I can't because my computer is there, and my table's here, and so I can't really. And then I got stuff here. You can't really see it, but I mean, I got my guitar. Well, you can see this is my camera, that I shoot videos with, which is not really supposed to be there. It's supposed to be off camera, but anyway, whatever. So there's a lot of crap in the way right here. So if I had the heater here, which could kind of work, then I could fade anyway.
I mean, I've got the heater right here. It's like a foot away from me. It's the desk is shielding, and this is a big desk.
Yeah. AZ, call you say, that's kind of, I do construction for a living. So I really have no excuse why I have drafts points in my home. My wife was kind of irritated that the house wasn't sealed up better because she's like, I feel a breeze here and I feel a breeze here. I'm like, yeah, it's life's hard.
That's why you have drafts in your home.
Yeah,
my brother's the same, and his house has been a work in progress for the last 32 years.
I mean, so we bought an older home, but we like the location, and I really like the house. I mean, there's a lot of things about the house that I liked immediately, but then there were some things that were really out of date, and the windows is certainly one of them. I mean, they're beautiful. They're beautiful to look at, I mean, they're all real wood, old windows that have been taken care of, phenomenally. They don't seal real well, though. I mean, they're gorgeous windows, but just not the best at keeping cold out. So, yeah.
It's only a problem 1 week in a year.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it did not get this cold last year. There was no days last year that we were this cold. I think the coldest we got last year was like high teens. Yeah. So, and it was not this blowing cold either. That's the problem too, is we had like wind gusts of like 30, 40 miles an hour last night. So it's just like pushing it in the house, so that really makes a big difference. But yeah, I mean, yeah, we get through this weekend, it'll be fine. The electric bill will be high this month, but whatever. Life is life. Here to tell you, Peter White here to tell you that efficient windows are necessary. Oh, well, yeah, I'd imagine in Ontario, yeah, I'd imagine that is a necessity for sure.
No, the necessity for windows here is that they can be open and as wide as possible, even in winter.
So I really want those old ones that kind of like are bowed, where they make like a magnifying glass and would amplify the heat of the sun.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Ben, I'm aware they make new regulators, and I could replace it. The problem is that I don't know how old our fake wood burning stove thing is. It's a propane stove that looks like a wood stove.
So really nice one of those around these days. So
yeah, so that's what me and the wife are thinking. We're just going to replace it and get a new one that's a little fancier and prettier, and yeah, all that kind of stuff. I told her she can pick it. So once we can like drive around town again, we're going to start looking. Well, too bad electricity comes from fossil fuels. Yeah, well, I don't understand. I don't understand it either, Lou. It doesn't make any sense to me. But somehow electricity is cheaper, even though we're getting it from fossil fuel. I don't. The math. I don't know. Whatever.
Well, coal's cheap, especially in Kentucky. I mean,
that's true. Yeah.
I mean, gas is yes a fossil fuel, and so is coal, but they're very different. And you don't want to burn coal for heating your house because that would smell and just be nasty.
Yeah. Although I know a guy that does that. He also burned shoes at one point. So whatever.
Okay. So he really just doesn't care.
No, it's just 0 F's given. Yeah.
Hold on, you're not in Western Kentucky.
No, I'm South Central, but there's some folks here that are
not Western Kentucky. That sounds like some Western Kentucky.
You get close enough to the river down there, you might hear some banjo music.
I mean, I know several families here that still have an outhouse, still don't have plumbing, still just live by candlelight. I mean, there's Amish families around here still. I mean, there's a huge Amish community and Mennonite communities. Mennonites are a little more progressive, but still not exactly, they're not in the 20th century. They're kind of early 1900s.
But they're at least clean enough not to burn coal in their house, I hope. Jeez, that's just gross.
Yeah, you'd be
ash.
It's kind of like when whatever is the cheapest thing to keep warm with. There's a lot of families like that around here. So
I mean, learn how to cut down trees.
I mean, that's a pretty hard thing because try and just keep warm with someone else. That can be pretty expensive.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there was a guy here. Now the shoe supply is going to run out, but he was buying pallets of shoes to burn in his wood stove. That seems like a terrible idea, but he did it for years.
I'm sure his answer will be quick and painless.
Yeah, probably. I mean, this is the same man that also had bologna and cheese sandwiches for lunch like every day of his life for the last 50 years. I don't even know. Way too long.
Ben, Donald has not given me a violation for reviewing this whiskey on the channel, so I'm good to drink this on stream. He would like it to keep the discussion on it down a little bit, but not. It's not a violation.
There you go. Never seen Iron Root in West. So yeah, I'm gonna have to look at Lexington Total Wine because we get up that way pretty often. Maybe I've just missed it. But so to your recollection, then Dustin, that it's at all Total Wines. Then
I bought one in Lexington at Total Wine.
Okay,
so
all right.
That for sure, I got it there.
Yeah, I'll send a message to a friend who works at Total Wine and find out for you, Sean.
I mean, you can just go on Total Wine's website and for that whichever location you're going to, it'll tell you.
Just ask them if they've got en route.
Hey, there's another guy I owe samples to. Basically, everyone in chat. Anyway, what's up, Eric? Cheers to you, buddy. Good to see you, man. What are you sipping on tonight? You're a Balcones whore. Yeah, I am. I am indeed. I love it. I mean, so I got to say I got the high rye bourbon cast strength from Mark, Mr. Great Shot, and it's not my favorite of the lineup. I think so far from what I've had, my favorite is certainly the single malt cast strength picks. Those are just amazing to me.
Have you had a Mirador from them?
Mirador?
Yeah.
No. I don't even know if I know what that bottle looks like.
I couldn't tell you what the bottle looks like. I got a sample of it, but it was freaking delicious. That's incredible. And then if you can ever get Froke, oh my God.
Okay.
Neither of those are something I think you can get locally, but if somebody in Texas area has access and wants to send you a bottle, or just get a sample from somebody down there. It's they do some good stuff. And
so these weren't like one-offs. This is the stuff the distillery's still making.
Mirador is an annual release. I'm pretty sure of that. So that you definitely can. I'm pretty sure Froke is when they make it, small batch kind of thing, but I think they do keep producing it.
And what is it exactly?
So Froke is, I think, just the single malt, but it's aged in French oak casks.
Oh,
okay. Oh my God. I mean, yummy. And then Mirador is another malt, but they use some wine casks in that. And it's a more refined, sophisticated pour, whereas Froke is a big, bold, lovely oak punch. Both are delicious. I don't think you'd be upset with either.
I got a whole lineup in front of me. All this talk about Texas whiskey is getting me in the mood for some. I might have to get up and go grab my single malt.
A couple of years ago, I got a very, very large Texas sampler from Whiskey Crusaders. So
good stuff.
I've moved a bottle around in our cabinets here for you, Sean. I've put a bottle of 12-year turkey away for you in case you want it next year.
I do.
The 13-year turkey, not the 12.
I'm sorry?
The 13-year turkey.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're building a list of Chris, I will definitely be on the list for an older turkey.
So Chris, because it's
we can sort something out there, probably, Dustin. We should have,
or even just a large sample of some. I really enjoyed that stuff.
Okay, so here's a thought, Dustin, because I assume this will all take place at the next Kentucky meetup, which we will probably both be at. Let's say we go half and half on 2 bottles and we split them. Yeah, what? We each get half.
Totally down.
So Chris, now I have to clear this with Dustin since we're going half and half. If it's possible, could we get a 13 and a 12? So 101 12 and a 13, and we split them both? That'd be amazing.
Well, I'm just trying to source some 12-year from Japan at the moment. So
they're not in Aussie yet, huh?
They are, but the ones that are over here are ridiculously priced. They're like $450.
Woo, man! Okay.
And I'm not paying ridiculously stupid amounts for it.
No, that's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want one, but I don't want one that bad.
No. Admittedly, 450 Australians like about $75 US at the moment, but
Oh, okay. Well, that's more.
No, it's about 300 US.
Yeah, it's been between 74 and 80 cents to the dollar.
No, we're down to 67 at the moment.
Oh, really? Okay. Australia is one of the few countries I don't deal with on a regular basis.
Yeah, we've been struggling. We dropped down to 60 cents earlier this year. Actually, just
that cold, I put socks on.
We've been moving between. Generally, we've been between about 66 and about 68 for the last 2 months.
All right, I gotta say it. Wild Turkey 101 sucks. This doesn't taste like wild turkey.
Okay.
Well, actually, how about this?
Dustin,
How about this?
you're hurting me a little. What do you explain?
These new 101s do not taste like wild turkey.
Oh, okay. All right. So we're talking about the difference between the new bottle and the old bottle. I agree.
It doesn't taste like wild turkey. It tastes like it tastes like something they made for cocktail mixing.
Out of my
So funny enough, my cousin is not a big drinker, but he had an old bottle of wild turkey, you know, the old label, and a new bottle. So we side by side of them. They'd both been open about the same, you know, not exactly the same, but you know, roughly the same amount of time. Very clear difference. You know, the new one doesn't have that dusty funk that you just want on a turkey.
It doesn't taste like a wild turkey product.
Yeah, I mean, I still like the new 101, but it's not the same. It's not the same thing.
Like the new 101 is something I'm going to pour in a Diet Coke. And it's not that it's offensive to drink neat. It's just so boring. Honestly, it's the first time I've thought, you know, it'd be more exciting than wild turkey? Buffalo Trace. Who the fuck says that? Now, mind you, there's a proof difference there that does play a role. But
hey, what's up, Brian? How we doing?
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
I may have. So if I put aside a bottle of Wild Turkey 13,
yes.
I may have a spare bottle of Father and Sons.
I'm down with it.
Which is also a 13.
What do you think, Dustin? We go
lower proof 13 than the.
I'm good on it. Honestly, man, if I get any of the aged turkeys, I really enjoy them, and they're not exactly available here.
Exactly. Yes. All right. 2-90, man. Todd,
You're on the list, Dustin. Lil said.
Sweet.
Because turkey, and that's easier to do than what most people are still on our list for Blanton's.
I have no interest in Blanton's.
Yeah, you can get that.
If I really wanted some.
No. Blanton's straight from the barrel and Blanton's Gold.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I had a Blanton's for the gold. Blanton's Gold at one of those bars in Louisville for like $200. I just don't know why I'd want to get it.
Yep.
Blanton's Gold's around about maybe 105 US at the moment here.
I mean, that would make it easier, but I mean, that was literally just in front of me. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's obviously paying double what it's worth, but I was just like, why?
Yeah.
The funniest thing was when Blanton's about 2 years ago, about a year ago, Blanton's Gold was worth about $78 US over here.
Now, see, at that price point, I'd do it in a second.
You were getting original for.
Now, I would pay that in a second just because it'd just be fun to have.
Yeah.
And I've heard it's enough better than the regular that I probably enjoy it.
It's probably my favorite to just go to drink, the 103.
Yeah. I would at some point love to try a straight from the barrel that you think is good, because I've had two. They were atrocious. But I believe you that there are good ones.
So, you know, like yourself, Dustin, you know, I've been on kind of on a mission to find this good Blanton's that supposedly exists. So when I'm at a bar and it's reasonably priced, I try. Whether it's some bars locally have golds. Usually most will have standard Blanton's, and some will occasionally have straight from the barrel. So I've tried a few, many regular Blanton's, 3 straight from the barrels, and 1 gold. And you know, like Dustin, I'm waiting for that good one.
I've had a couple of good regular Blanton's just bottles over the years. I mean, not like wow, but like a couple that were really tasty.
I mean, so I guess my issue with regular Blanton's, because I've had some for it being Blanton's that were like hitters, like, you know, it was a good 93 proof Blanton's.
I mean, it was extra sweet. Didn't have any off notes. Didn't have the bitterness that sometimes Blanton gets on the back end. It was just really easy, sweet. Would have been great. It was fine, neat, and I probably would have mixed it all day with anything and been happy.
Yeah,
Brian's got a really good Blanton's.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've had one that was like, there we go.
Oh, from Jack Rose. Okay.
Well, the man above you and helped pick it.
I can tell you, I've definitely had some Blanton's picks that were atrocious as well, where I couldn't believe somebody picked that bottle. I'm like, what were their other options if this is what they picked? Like,
Yeah,
Lil and I did that pick.
Yeah, my first Blanton's was a pick. It was a Hy-Vee pick, and that, I mean, there was nothing wrong with it. It was just boring as hell. Like, it's just like the most boring bourbon I've ever had in my life.
oh, I had one that like it was bitter and oaky in like a bad way, and I was like,
Well, the barrel.
and it's
One
from
of
a
the
store
barrel-
that's notorious for looking for the sweetest barrel they get, and they take the sweetest barrel regardless of anything else. Like they're looking for boring and sweet, and that's what they got. And I'm like, my God, what were the other barrels like?
One of the barrels which we rejected was absolutely sensational at barrel proof, and it was about a 127. That's unusual. I tend not to like Blanton's under high 129s, 130 for a barrel proof.
Yeah, you've told me that before too, and all the barrel proofs I've had have been 124.5 range. I think.
And then you get the outlier like my La Maison de Whiskey pick, which is 120 proof, which is just phenomenal.
Well, let me get to a couple things here, guys. First off, I haven't really got to talk with Brian since he hopped out. So, what are you drinking, buddy?
Just good old Maker's 46.
Oh, there you go. Okay. How do you like the new bottle? Do you feel it's any different than the old one?
I hadn't had an old one in such a long time. Like I've had the cask strength, but not just the regular. So I don't remember the difference because it's been like 3 years since I had.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I still got one of the old ones here. I'm always on the lookout for them because I prefer this one. But I mean, it's not like the new one's complete crap or anything. It's just that I prefer the old one slightly.
I've got 3 initial releases still sitting in the cupboard.
There you go. But yeah, the old sexy bottle is getting hard to find. Also,
I don't go to it too often for some strange reason. The 46. I don't know why. When I do go to it, it's sort of like, geez, I keep forgetting that I've got this in the cupboard.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good budget bourbon. One of my favorites. Under 30. Well, it used to be under 30.
I was gonna say, what are the prices? I thought they were closer to 50.
Are they now the 40s? The regular 40s?
46. Let's see.
I don't think they are 50. I thought they were getting closer to it.
Budget for us 46 is about $80.
Wow. Yeah. So I mean, when I was buying those all the time, they were like 28, 29.
Okay.
Virginia has it listed for $37.99.
Woo, man, that has went up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I only got one of. I got the new bottle when it first came out, and I haven't bought one since. So, yeah.
Well, they've got to put prices up to try and find a new master distiller. So
that's going to be a problem.
I don't think anyone's been announced yet, has it? To replace Danny, since Danny left in September.
It hasn't made my news feed.
I haven't heard any.
Looking, but
which is unusual to be that long to.
Well, you know, one of the things I keep hearing, and I don't know how much truth is, and I don't know what the numbers are, but I keep hearing that these master distillers you'd be shocked how little they make, and I'm wondering if they're struggling to find people that will take that kind of salary in today's market.
I don't know much about that end of it, Dustin, but if that's true, that's really disappointing because, I mean, what's more important?
Well, I mean, the thing is, they're not paying anybody anything involved in the actual production of.
Yeah.
Danny and Craig were heavily involved with it. Makers, they were always on the floors. Sorry, Greg. Sorry. They were always on the floor at Makers. But yeah, I how long it's been since Fred was actually fully on the floor at Jim Beam running stills, and that would be phenomenal.
Yes. Let me burn through some chat here because we've got a lot of people saying stuff. So Todd, you just missed it, man. I went through 3 different Advent calendar bottles here. So we went through the NASA Family Reserve, the Heaven's Door Decades.
Whiskey is kind of what I'm.
And also the Ironwood Harbinger 115, which was today's, which I liked okay. So I didn't see your review, but if you want to throw something in chat, oh, there we go. We got Dustin. What is happening?
I don't know if I've got. Oh, really? Great.
I'm gonna leave frozen Dustin here. I just want to see what happens.
It's like just remember, if you've seen the movie Multiplicity, the clone has less intelligence.
Yeah, the copy of the copy is not as sharp.
I'm gonna wait and see if you start talking to yourself.
That'd be interesting because I closed the browser that had that one open. So
I'm gonna leave it. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna see what happens.
I have a little internet. Yes, who knows? Maybe the cold's messing with my internet.
Very possible. It's very cool.
Spectrum definitely gave me a text saying, "Guess what, guys?"
There it went.
Yeah, the other Dustin died off. I'm praying my 1960 single pane windows survive this cold. Yeah, mine are not doing so good, Jeffrey. That's what we were talking about earlier. Yeah, my home was literally built in 1960, so that's an interesting year. Good year for houses, I guess.
Mine was built in 1940, but the windows are probably 90s.
No,
but it doesn't matter when there's drafts coming out of the floorboards and around the door and everything else.
True.
Yeah, windows are only valuable if there are other obvious issues.
Exactly.
So we were working on a house just Thursday, and we're repainting this whole place and just basically full remodel, like getting it up to date. Nothing's been done in probably like 3 decades. And so I'm pulling all the plates off the walls so we can paint properly. And every plate I pull off is like a vent. There's just cold air, zero insulation. And this room has, there must be 12 outlets in this room. So now there's like 12 vents just blowing cold air. Yeah. I mean, even the interior walls that was happening. I don't even know where is the air coming from. It's amazing. But yeah, zero insulation. Good stuff. Cheers to you as well, Todd. Good to see you, man. Yeah, and I'm curious what your thoughts. I know that you posted something, but I didn't have time to read it before the stream. I'm curious what your thoughts were on the Ironwood Harbinger, or anybody else that's tried it, actually. They are propane fireplaces. Everyone is saying stoves and furnaces. I mean, let's be fair here, Alex. It's basically just a fancy propane stove. That's all it is. It's a propane stove that they made look fancy. That's all. Mr. Great Shot, there he is. What's up, buddy? Yeah, that's Mr. Great Shot. He got me the Nancy Fraley pick, which is fantastic, from Still Austin, and then also the High Rye Bourbon from Balcones, which I'm okay on. I'm okay on that one. It's not my favorite.
Okay, so Eric has beat us all with a stone house with no insulation built in 1800.
That would be quite true. And Eric's up north, so I have you guys, Eric, have you gotten it yet? Have you gotten this storm? Has it hit your way yet?
That's an interesting design up north with a stone house, no insulation.
Yeah, it's your electric bills must be insane.
Yeah.
Now we have gas in Western Kentucky. Yeah, they're really coming along there. Nicely done. Let's see here. Talking amongst yourselves, which means I don't have to read it. Good. And what was it? Drink. No, that's not to me. Here's Peter White. No joke. My buddy just told me today that he wants to build a shit house out back for when the power goes. I mean, hey, it's not the worst idea. If you got to go and the power's out and then the pipes are frozen and all that kind of stuff, then, extreme conditions call for extreme solutions. I need a Harbinger. There you go. Cheers, Todd. To the yes, exactly. I know I'm way behind here, guys, but I feel like hopefully the conversation will still make sense. I grew up with a coal stove in my house. It doesn't smell at all if you have a proper coal stove. And some of the best pizza is made. Okay, yeah, I suppose so. I
was picturing people just burning coal for just anywhere.
I like a wood stove.
Just a fire pit in the middle of the lounge room. Hey, Dustin.
I like a good wood stove for pizzas, but teach their own. Yeah, coal could probably work as well. Internet will tell your inventory what. Internet will tell you their inventory every. Oh, I see. We're talking about. I see. We were talking about Total Wine, but that was a while ago.
Yeah.
When I was a kid in Nova Scotia, my father cut down our Christmas tree, and in the fireplace it went. Okay. No power that Christmas Eve. Fair enough. Yeah. Hey, you make the best of a bad situation, and you don't really need a Christmas tree. We're going to get to all our pagan celebrations here in a little bit. In the meantime, though, don't know if I'm going live tonight. I just bit the living shit out of my tongue. Oh, okay. Not sure if I'll be able to drink whiskey. Well, if you get high enough proof whiskey, Ben, it'll just sanitize your tongue. That way, no infection. So
it'll be unpleasant, but you won't. Yeah, you won't. No issues.
It'll only be unpleasant for the first few sips. Once you get drunk, you won't even feel it. So
just drink some Turkey 101, man. That'll be perfect for it. Easy drinker.
Old 101.
Lou says, I was drinking whiskey one night and someone told me about Ranger Creek cast strength. Whoever you are, thank you. I remember that stream, actually. I feel like that was Jacob. I think it was Jacob. Pretty sure Jacob. He's a Ranger Creek guy. That Balcones Rumble is quite tasty, too. Yeah, Mark, once I recover from all this spending I did on vacation and stuff, we're gonna have to talk to you. And I need to maybe get you some. I need to repay the favor, get you some stuff out there. I'm going to buy a bullet barrel strength tomorrow. Had a pour at a friend's, and it was killer. Only $55. Yeah, bullet barrel. That's MGP, right? Correct.
Depends. Some of them are 4 roses.
Yeah, I was gonna say the one I had was definitely not MGP.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, it's 4 roses. That's my bad. Not MGP. It's 4 roses.
When do you know, Chris? Have you heard when is Bullet going to start actually using their own distillate? Because it's got to be around 6 years now.
I think probably from next year.
I mean, it should be because I was there with Jason.
For their base bullet, I think it's from next year.
Okay, because I mean, again, it should be 6-year-old distillate now that they have, and that is a mega store. Like they are producing tons of whiskey.
So I knew this comment was coming. I just assumed that it was there as soon as you made your comment about 101, Dusty. Outrageous. Get a rope. What? Well, 101 is killer. Yeah. I mean, so I don't hate the new 101. I actually still enjoy it. I know that it's different than the old one. But I mean, we've talked about that before on previous streams. I feel like a lot of the big distilleries started putting younger stuff in their bottles recently.
I don't think it's an age thing, though. I think it's a complete change to the formula they're going for. It's a whole different profile. They're blending out the turkey.
You don't think it's just younger stuff?
No, because I don't get enough. I actually think the old ones were harsher from what I remember. This is actually one of the. I usually don't buy 101. This is probably the first bottle I've ever bought just to kind of experience it. But I've had pours of it enough where I remember 101 being harsh and having a lot of bite and a lot of youth. The difference is those had turkey funk. This has none. It's clean.
Gotcha. Well, this just become the Aussie stream. Hell yes.
The Aussie, oi, oi, oi.
Oi.
It's good to see that Ken's already at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I only got 4 hours sleep last night. No, 5. I got 5, sorry. I went to bed.
Ken put on his Sunday best.
And Ken, I see we're
stayed up for an hour. And then was up at like 8:30.
Ken, I see we're already in hell, so good.
That's basically because your bedroom's the hottest room in the house after yesterday, from what I remember.
So Ken, I feel like you're really going to appreciate what I'm going to do later here. Just based on previous talks we've had, I think you're going to appreciate where I'm going with the music tonight. You guys get 12 in Louisville. Stop being wussies and take a drive.
Every time I've heard that the 12's there and I've driven down there because I have been to a store that supposedly had it, it was gone. So yeah, sure. I want to like move in for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, by the time that somebody says that they've got 12, it'll be gone before you get out your driveway, Dustin.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you basically, like Dustin said, just camp there, live there, whatever.
Yeah, I feel like I want to move into a hotel for a couple of days. Sure, I could probably get one, but
Yeah. So AZ saying new bottle is a tad sweeter, maybe a tad bit less oak. I mean, to me, I don't know. I'm somewhere in between your opinion, AZ, and Dustin. So to me, it just tastes like it's younger wild turkey.
Yeah,
Like,
sweeter
I
for
I
sure,
think
man.
that's what it is. That it is younger.
It's so much sweeter than the other one, though, man.
And
yeah,
also,
so it's brighter, it's sweeter, it's just everything about it doesn't have that older whiskey quality.
and it would also be the stuff coming off the new stills now.
I'm thinking it's new still, but it's clean though. Like it doesn't come off as young. Like it doesn't have like straight off the still notes. I don't get like copper and metallic notes. I don't get.
I think that's the right word for it, Dustin. It's clean now.
So, and then again, you don't get clean with clean takes time. It takes aging. Because when you first comes off the still, man, it's hot, it's harsh, it's biting. Now it's not oaky.
Okay, I thought you were going.
Yeah, but it'll be the fact
Yes, I
that
know. I was like, what is this?
the new still up in the expansion project.
Did they replace the still, or they just add new stills?
They did a new still up in there in the, because it was part of the thing. The old still from down the hill was pretty old.
Sorry, I'm looking through chat. Cheers, Eric Isaacson. Cheers to you, buddy. Good to see you. There's some Bland's Gold talk right there. $100. Yeah, no. Probably. I mean, I don't know. I don't care about Bland's. So, look at that kitty. What are we talking about? Was there a cat somewhere? Is your kitty here?
Yeah, that kitty.
Oh, that
This one was here.
No, Gizmo.
That's it. Simon
Hey,
Delvecchio.
Simon.
What's up, buddy? Cheers to
Mr.
you.
Black Hat.
See you all. I'm still very far behind. I thought I was getting caught up. I'm not getting caught up at all. I'm still 20 minutes behind. I've been reading a lot, and I'm not any farther along than I was. Just in flight. Weller Foolproof Rebel, Larceny, Maker's Mark. Oh, so how I'm curious. Larceny kicked their butts. Really? Interesting. Which is it a batch of larceny or just regular? I can't imagine regular.
He said A121.
But then there's a second larceny. So larceny. So there's the larceny A121, and then
He just said Larceny was number one, then Weller was two.
Oh, I see. I'm just reading it retarded. No problem. Okay. So A121. Well, that was no, that's not the one that was my favorite. Over BRTO2. Interesting. Okay, fair enough. Hey, we all have different palates. Cutting labor costs is the first thing that happens to any company after they get bought out by some big corp. Yeah, probably so, unfortunately. It's always good to see AZ. Hey, what's up, Steven? Cheers, buddy. Hopefully you're still here. I know I'm 16 minutes behind, but cheers, Steve, man. Good to see you. Official cheers. I haven't drank anything in a while. So, Chris, I imagine you're still on coffee. Let's go around the horn here.
I've just finished my coffee. Yeah.
Okay. Brian, are you still sipping on the Makers, or you moved on to something else? Okay.
Still on the Makers.
And Dustin, what do you
I
get?
switched over to the proprietor 14-year Party Source pick.
Very nice. And let's see, we got Grayskull. No, what's the right word? Skeletor here. Skeletor, what are you drinking?
I'm about to pour a beer.
All right, I like it. I haven't had a beer in a while.
Sip. I have nobody.
Okay, well, while we have Ken in full hell form, I feel like that's the appropriate segue to get into. So it is that festive time of year, folks. And here in the Davis household, we don't really do things quite like everybody else. So as those of you that are in the know, Ken will certainly agree with me. We all know that Christmas origins are just a variety of pagan holidays that got thrown in the mix together by a bunch of Romans, and then they decided, like, hey, let's just throw Jesus in there too for good measure. And so anyway, Constantine was like, hey, we like Mithras' birthday. It's the 25th. Let's go with it. And then the winter solstice and sun worship and all a bunch of crap. So I thought the appropriate celebration music for this time of year would be a song about pagan rituals. And I couldn't think of a better one than Number of the Beast by Iron Maiden. Although this is a cover of that by a fantastic artist known as Sean James. So I'm going to share this with you. We're going to listen to a little bit of music here. And then we'll get back to talk with you guys. So here we go. Wait, I didn't do that right. Let's go back here and actually share the thing. Although you can hear it already, and it's awesome. But I'm going to start over. I love this song tremendously. So I'm just going to back away from the mic, and you guys enjoy the music. We'll talk about it a little bit.
Has begun, Satan's work is done. 666, the number of the beast. In fire was on the field.
So, curious how many of you are familiar with this song. You've heard the original, and then also
sacrifice is going on tonight. But I'm coming back, and I will return, and I'll possess your body, and I'll make it burn. I have the fire, and I have the force. I have the power to make my evil take its course.
So that's my favorite. That's my favorite Christmas song.
My name is Kit Tantalos. My mother is Sorsha. She sent me here to come find you. She told me that once long ago you stood together against the forces of evil and defeated them. The world needs you again.
What is that?
It needs your magic.
There you go.
Okay.
You still got YouTube running?
How do you know?
Yeah, we're hearing it, Ken. There's Tipsy.
Cheers. Had you though, didn't I? I didn't read your mind. It's just, you remind me of your mother.
My brother Eric was taken by
The Gales.
the what?
Your brother's alive, a prisoner of the withered crone, who dwells in the immemorial city that lies
I have
beyond
no
the
idea what we're
shattered
listening to, Ken, but I'm
Before
with
who came to Tyr's lead at her service.
I'm not playing anything.
Did you say beyond the shattered sea?
Who's playing stuff?
I think you've still got YouTube going after the videos playing good.
But I've never
It's
met
my
anyone who
dumbass.
crossed the
Thank you.
shattered sea.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. I'll just keep
Like
watching.
I saw a thing on Ken's screen, and so I thought that. What?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I thought Ken was playing some kind of thing, but I'm like, Ken, you probably need to turn the
My
volume.
bad. That's my bad, folks. Anyway, so if that was Sean James, which for those of you that are not familiar with him, look him up. I think he does fantastic stuff. He does a lot of covers. He also does a lot of original stuff, and it's just good. I love that guy. He's amazing. That's probably my favorite cover of Number of the Beast by Iron Maiden. But nonetheless, we got a new guest here. We haven't got to. So welcome, Steven. What's up, buddy? How we doing, man?
Cheers. Can you hear me? This is the first time I've ever done anything on my phone and headphones, so
Yeah, you're
I
coming through
probably
fine.
sound and look like shit.
You
You
sound
Sweet.
great, man.
you
You look
sound,
great.
you sound pretty hot, but yeah.
Enjoying a cigar. Yeah, good times, man.
Oh yeah. Is that cool with you?
Yeah,
Oh,
go for it, man.
Okay, cool. It's your channel. I don't want to nuke that shit for you.
Hey, so I was fully considering bringing my new AR build on, but I decided to not do that tonight. So,
Hey,
anyway,
I can go get my new concealed carry.
freaking sweet. But we probably shouldn't do that because
You've already played copy.
Oh,
Yeah, no, that
You
wouldn't.
want to push it.
Well, I mean, so I feel like the Sean James cover. It's a cover of a song, and it's completely different style from the original. So I'll see if I get away with it. If I don't, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, but is the cover copywritten?
I don't know. Oh my God, emergency alerts. I know. I don't care. I know it's
Cold outside, guys. We got the memo.
Yeah, for anyone that didn't know, it's really cold outside. Anyway, so there is Ken's link right there on screen, and here is Steven's Tipsy Whiskey. So yeah, if you're not following both of these pages for some reason, please do that. I feel like most of you probably are already, but if not, then there's the link. So please do that. Anyway, so guys on panel, are all of you familiar with the original Number of the Beast by Iron Maiden?
Yeah.
I know I've heard it, but it definitely didn't. He sounded different, that's for sure.
What? Did someone say negative?
I don't even know what you just said, Ken. But I'm sorry, Satan. Satan, I don't know what you just said, but wait, Ken, what are you? You're sharing something. Let me solo here for. There you go. Yeah. Perfect.
Oh,
perfect.
And then this one. No, that one. Hold on.
There we
This
go.
one.
Yeah, Saturnalia. There you go. Yeah, so what's interesting is that the date for Christmas was decided because of Mithra's birthday originally by Constantine, which is such a weird thing. Because nobody even knows who Mithra is, unless you play Final Fantasy, and then you know. But that's not even the same Mithra. So anyway, yeah, it's Christmas is a really weird thing. I mean, most holidays are. Most holidays are pretty freaking weird. So
now we're adding a copywritten music, nudity, cigars.
I guess I might as well go get my gun, right?
I mean, you know what? What else is there?
Go for the hat trick.
Yeah, I mean, it is a bit of a trip, though. I'd have to go upstairs and go into my gun safe, and it takes.
Well, you know, Sean, I support you bringing a gun down, but I don't know if you should have a gun after drinking on stream.
It's got a.
There's a non-zero chance we could get you canceled tonight, and I'm totally against that, but also for it because let's ride the lightning.
I mean, first
your channel will get nuked if you show a firearm on a live stream.
I have no actual issue with you bringing the
but you can't put it
firearm,
on a live
and I
stream.
don't think you're that drunk. At the same time, think of the children that aren't supposed to be watching because this is adult content.
If there's children watching this, I want to know where their parents are. But also, no, I mean my guns are very safe. All of them have flags in them. All of them have no mags in them. I mean, it would be impossible to hurt somebody. But it's basically just a giant chunk of steel. But nonetheless, YouTube doesn't care about any of that. They would still be like, "What? That's a thing that's scary."
That's like when I was over at Keith's place, Malted Man Cave, who's kind of retired. And Mike's over there playing with one of Keith's rifles and points it over my way a couple times. And I'm like, "What are you, scared of guns, Dustin?" I said, "No, I just don't like having them pointed at me. I know it's unloaded, but still, just common sense."
Also, that's like the first rule of just firearm safety. You don't point at people.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you don't point at people.
Yeah.
Unless you're ready and willing to kill that person.
And then Keith kind of looks over at Mike and he goes, "Yeah, you probably should stop doing that." I'm like, I'm not asking much here, guys. Don't take the semi-automatic rifle and put it in my face.
Yeah, generally people in the firearms community kind of think you're a dumbass if you go around pointing firearms at other people.
Mike was getting into a crowd. He was like playing in Rainbow Six, like crouching around a corner to go shoot people. And I'm like, dude, quit playing with the gun.
What are you looking at here, Steven? Oh, or was that just a?
I don't know.
We're just looking
Oh,
at
are we looking at my crotch? I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
winging the shit. I was enjoying a cigar, got on, and wanted to hang out with you. So I was like, well, I'm gonna click that link.
No. I guess what happened is the camera. I thought you were trying to show me something. That's why I asked. But
Yes, he was trying to show you his crotch. A little bit of a Christmas present there for you, Sean.
You want to see my pain?
Here's the crotch in all its glory. Get a little bit of taint in there as well. Anyway, what are you sipping on, man? We haven't got to that yet.
I'm currently drinking. Oh shit! I'm using it as a kickstand for my phone, but I don't even know if you can see this. Bull Run. It's a 6-year-old American single malt from Bull Run Distilling Co. No, I don't even know if this is their own shit. Let me see. Distilled and bottled. Okay, yeah. So it's their own American single malt. This is bottle number 2 of it. So it's kind of sitting in my. You have a duplicate, so you should drink this. And I just grabbed it, and it's going pretty well with this cigar.
I was about to say I don't think anybody's sourcing a U.S. single malt right now, but I'm probably wrong as soon as I say that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know anything about Bull Run because they have a lot of different shit. So I don't know. Rather safe than sorry, I guess.
I'm sorry, what the hell is going on here? Now,
Ken's smoking, I guess.
Yeah, Ken's just playing with his filters.
For a second there, I thought
that's
that
what happens when you add one too many filters.
Ken was just trying to bring your stream into reality.
There you go.
Exactly.
That's how we actually
reality.
is upside down.
That's it. They're literally in the upside down.
That's officially how we are hanging off this planet down here. So
see now back to the song I played. AZ, that is correct. Yes, it's not a satanic song. It's actually a warning about not participating in pagan rituals. That's what the song is actually about. It's like so the first part of the song is actually the perspective of a person that went to this pagan ritual and like this is haunting his dreams. And then the latter part of the song is literally Satan warning you to like, hey, don't do this or I will possess your body. So like, yeah, it's not like people take Number of the Beast the wrong way. I feel like, I mean, because I remember when it first, now granted I was a baby when it first came out, but I mean, I just remember going back and reading the headlines and stuff and like, everybody's like, oh, Iron Maiden worships Satan and all this kind of stuff. But the song is actually a warning. It's not like, hey, you should go worship Satan. It's quite the opposite of that, actually. So, anyway, and yes, good intensity.
Well, let's just good old religion. Can't live with it. You'll be killed if you try to ignore it.
So I think
I ignore it.
I think you're thinking of Islam, Dustin, and
I believe that is one of the religions.
But I mean, as far as being killed for ignoring a thing. Anyway,
I've always enjoyed the.
I mean, it really depends what era you're from.
I've always, say I enjoy the Satanists because they basically like come up with this whole idea of we're gonna call ourselves Satanists. So what do you guys believe? Oh, we're just atheists. We just thought it'd be a funnier name. Oh.
Sort of, yeah. I mean, it's a little deeper than that, but yeah, sure. My boss is a huge Maiden fan. We work for a Catholic institution. When his phone rings, the Trooper. There you go. The Trooper is a great song. Yeah, The Trooper rocks. Such a good song. I love Maiden. Actually, before I get so inebriated that I can't really communicate this message appropriately, I'm going to throw this idea out there, guys. And this is for chat and guys on panel. So I kind of want to do something more than just whiskey going forward. I mean, I kind of always have live. I've never really just focused on whiskey. I've kind of, talked Star Wars, NBA, music. I mean, for a long time, I was starting my shows with a metal song. Pretty much every single live I did that way. And then I started getting copyright strikes, and I couldn't monetize any of my lives. And so that kind of got annoying. But What I would like to do going forward, and so this is my idea. I actually have this whole other channel that's existed for like 12 years that I kind of completely forgot about, where I made some stupid videos 12 years ago when I had no idea what YouTube was even about. I just kind of did it for fun. And it was all about music. I was a really big Buckethead fan, spoiler alert, 12 years ago. For those that don't know who Buckethead is, he was the lead guitarist for Guns N' Roses in that really weird period where Slash was the lead guitarist. And then he has a million solo projects. He's an amazing guitarist, but nonetheless, back to the topic at hand. So what I want to do going forward, and this is where you guys come in, and guys on panel, guys in chat, because you are the fans, so your opinion matters on this. Would you like to see a blend of music and whiskey talk going forward? Something like, I don't want to say reaction videos because I don't like that word at all, and I don't like that style of thing. It's more like talking about music and drinking whiskey. Would you like to see that on this channel, or would you rather that be completely separate and I do it on the other channel that already exists that has music content, and I just kind of split my time between the two? But that's what I really want to do, because I'm kind of tired of talking about just whiskey, if I'm being honest. It's okay, and I'll continue making content for this channel. I don't think it's not the only thing I want to do anymore. I'm going on nearly 2 years of just talking about whiskey, and I kind of want to do something else if I'm going to do something with YouTube going forward. So I have a bunch of stuff shot for this channel already, and I will continue to shoot stuff if you guys just want whiskey content. Because I'm here to, serve you guys. I want to continue to put out stuff you want. And with that said, if you guys still want a whiskey-only channel, then I want to put out stuff that you guys are interested in seeing. So I want to kind of get into the Patreon more and talk to you guys more and see what kind of videos you're interested in seeing, rather than just me coming up with ideas and putting out random stuff that maybe you don't necessarily care about, if that's the direction you want the channel to continue going. If you're fine with the kind of whiskey and music blend, then it will be different going forward. So I'm curious what you guys think. And guys on panel, I'm curious your thoughts as well. So yeah, let me have it. Go ahead, panel. We'll start with Chris and kind of go around the wheel here. So
it's for me, it's up to you with what you're wanting to do with it. It's your channel and what you're wanting to do. So support you with whatever you're wanting to do. So the whiskey side's good. If you want to get it more into music or whatever, add in. I mean, Ken does about 15 different things on his channel. So
yeah, I kind of want to do both. I don't want to I'm not leaving whiskey. I love whiskey. It's just that I want to do more than just whiskey. So
yeah, and that's where you can do switch between whether you're doing a live stream on whiskey once a week or once a month. If you're doing other things, you can mix up your live stream. So
yeah, and that was kind of my idea as well, Chris. I think we'll, if the community is up for that, we'll do some live streams that are just whiskey. Like if I get a big whiskey haul, then we'll talk just whiskey that night. And otherwise, we'll talk more whiskey and other stuff. So yeah. So Brian, thoughts?
Mine are if you look at a lot of the pubs, it always goes to a different topic than just whiskey when you get more than two people on. So to me, it doesn't matter if you're drinking whiskey, talking music, or all of it combination at the same time. Drink whiskey, talk music, or talk whiskey, talk music, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, sure, man. I mean, did somebody say metal? What's up, Shred? Yeah, so when I'm here by myself, when I'm down in the basement and I'm just chilling by myself, typically I'm watching YouTube, watching music videos, bringing with me. That's what I do normally anyway. And in my head, I'm making comments on whatever, the guitarist, the drummer, or the vocals, or whatever the thing is. And so I just thought, well, could I do that like in a YouTube setting. I don't know. And I don't really necessarily care about the success of it. That's what I enjoy doing. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm really curious about thoughts. So we'll keep going around the wheel here. So clockwise, Dustin, do you have anything to throw in on that?
I mean, I think the one thing you got to worry about is if you try to be geeky on two things at once, you really narrow what the audience gets. So, I mean, I think you do still have to kind of have a focus. That doesn't mean you can't do both. Kind of like, Great Shot saying they always deviate, but if you become 50-50, it's harder to participate if you're not as into music as you aren't into whiskey as much as others. Like, it just deviates off into a topic where you're just like, all right, I'll just sit here for the next 20 minutes.
Hey,
So, just something to think about from a live stream. If you're talking like making original content, label it correctly and we'll watch what we want to watch. Easy peasy.
I mean, so it's going to be reaction video style, even though I don't like that word because, like, I've watched way too much music for me to react to anything. I mean, I'm sure there's stuff I haven't seen, but that's not mainly what I want to cover. It'd be like pop stuff that I wouldn't ever listen to. So...
Right, so we're not getting nothing but Taylor Swift reaction videos? Because that'd be awesome.
I mean, if there's millions of dollars behind it, then I might do it. Otherwise, probably no. It would cost a lot of money for me to watch a Taylor Swift video.
I mean, you would make more money talking about Taylor Swift than,
I would, and it would have to be enough for me to never work again. That's the kind of money it would take for me to
That's
watch
not a ton of money for you, though, right?
I mean, like never ever work.
Oh, the one video, you never work again.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking like a dedicated full-time job to just Taylor Swift reaction.
No. I'm talking one video.
No, because that's a job.
I was like, I think you actually could probably make $50,000 a year doing that. I'm not lying.
Yeah, but I couldn't.
If you would play up like I'm like a cowboy kind of thing, and then just do those videos, oh man, you could make some money. I bet.
Yeah,
I can just be pausing. Yeah, this is not what us Southern men are into.
I think I'd rather hang myself from the tree in my backyard. But anyway.
Yeah. But anyway, like I said, the one drawback I think is going to be doing a live stream and like it just kind of alienating half the people listening at any time when you shift. So just kind of think about from that perspective. In terms of like content, do what you want, man. The worst case. Well, I guess we should point out this. You don't want to be in a case where your subscribers aren't watching your videos because then they stop going out to your subscribers and then you basically have a dead channel.
Yeah.
So I know that Whiskey Dictionary had that issue because he went viral on that one video and nothing else is done as well and his channel kind of stalled.
And so I think I'm going to, if the community likes it, and like as I said, it's going to be a blend of whiskey and music content. And I'm like, I don't have the music knowledge. Like Shred could do it. Like Shred, he could break down music in a way that I can't. Like I can't tell you like what chord a guy is playing when he's in the middle of a solo. But I just really enjoy music. So it's more like enjoying music together with whiskey. But anyway, so Ken, thoughts?
Go with what makes you happy, man. Screw everything else. I mean, I don't do any content for the money or the subscribers or anything like that. If people want to watch me dribble shit, then they can come along and watch dribble shit. And like Dustin's saying with the pre-recorded content, people will watch what they want to watch, but they'll do that with the live streams as well. They'll watch what they want to watch.
Yeah,
do what makes you happy.
So
you don't want to try and you don't want to do content that's aimed at what people want to see because you'll never make everybody happy. Do what makes you happy, and then people will watch.
And so I think that's kind of where I'm at here, because like I've been doing this whiskey thing for basically 2 years. I mean, March will be 2 years, and like it's cool, but I mean, everybody in chat, everybody on panel knows that this stream always goes off whiskey topic, and that's my favorite parts of the stream usually, because I drink whiskey all the time. I do videos all the time. I don't really want to talk about notes and bull crap on lives. I just don't give a shit about it because I mean, first off, like I feel like most of you guys don't care anyway. Like most of you guys don't care what my tasting notes are. Like you just want to know if it's good or shit. So I mean,
Lil does.
Okay, well that's fair. Well,
Lil
good.
just wants to know if it's good or if it's shit. She doesn't want notes.
Yeah, I mean, and I love the Whiskey Tube community. I mean, to me, it's one of the best communities that I've ever met, and I want to just do. I hope that we can still branch out together, because there's some great people in this community, and I want to do. I hope I can continue to do stuff together with a lot of you guys that are on this panel right now, and cover stuff that's outside of whiskey, because whiskey's great. We all love it, and it's certainly a passion of all of ours. But I want to talk about other stuff too. So, yeah. Stephen, thoughts, and then we got another. Wait, it's Ben. Ben's in here as well. Oh, Ben, I can't add you because I have the 6 limit.
That's all right. I need to
no
go
worries.
take
I'll
care of
probably-
stuff, so I'll jump and let Ben in.
Okay, thank you, Brian. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for hanging out.
Yep.
It's been too long. Thanks for hanging, brother. Appreciate
Cheers,
it.
Yep.
Brian.
See you guys.
Cheers, bro.
Yeah, my headphones are about to die, so I'm probably gonna have to hop off here too, just due to the headphones and whatnot. But no, in regards to you doing more non-whiskey content, I think it's good. I mean, we honestly, quite frankly, we don't need another whiskey YouTube, whatever. There's at any given point in the day, Monday through Saturday. Not a lot of people do shit on Sundays, but Monday through Saturday, there's almost from, I would say, about 5 p.m. to way too goddamn late in the night. There's any channel doing anything. So if you do stuff that people are interested in, they'll show up. And going back to what, Ken said, you don't do any of this. I mean, you're not making shit in the way of money, not any real sort of money. Like $50 a month doesn't really do much of anything for you, or at least for most people. I don't mean to assume, but
I don't want to interrupt you, Steven. So here's what's crazy.
No.
YouTube, because anybody that's monetized knows, you have to get, YouTube has to verify your address.
Yeah.
I've tried contacting them multiple times. I've never gotten a letter.
Oh, well, I've already been monetized. So you got, first of all, you got to square that shit away with YouTube, because that's money that's just sitting there at that point.
Oh, I know.
That's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
But no, so take it, Ken was there on this one, but the Veterans Day thing that we did with the Bourbon Ranch and then Northwest Bourbon, that was non-whiskey related. We had a pour, but we didn't give shit in the way of tasting notes. No one cared about what we were drinking. We were just drinking and sharing, for lack of better words, military war stories. And that was an amazing freaking night. So as long as you do things that people can relate to and all, like music, basically art, music, movies. Right. I know, we've brought up movies a lot because I'm not huge in the world of music like all y'all are. I don't care for Iron Maiden or anything. Me personally, this might ostracize me from this group, but I'd rather listen to Taylor Swift than Iron Maiden. Given I am 25, so I'm in a far different age group than most of the people here.
Steven.
I know.
I'll take
I
your
don't
man.
understand
I'll
how
take your
age
man
impacts
card right here.
Taylor Swift.
First off, Steven, you
Man
can't
card,
you can't just say that and just act like that's nothing. You can't just just breeze past that shit.
Listen.
He could have said he'd rather look at Taylor Swift than Iron Maiden.
No, I'd rather listen to her music.
Yeah,
no,
but
I'm being 100% genuine right now. I'd rather listen to her shit than Iron Maiden.
Music.
Okay, that's all right.
Listenable.
I mean, I love you. I love you still. It's okay.
That's just me, though.
Just put it here. All right.
Mind you, I couldn't tell you a single Taylor Swift song, so I just know every time I hear her, it's terrible. something awful comes on. And I'm like, God, stop it.
Hey. Well, everyone has their opinions, and people come to your show to see you. Like, there's probably, I bet there's probably 2 channels going on right now. Like, if they just want to listen to whiskey, they can go there to do that. They're going to come here for you and the people you bring on and the shit you talk about. So if you want to talk about guns, which that's, I mean, for YouTube, that's a little complicated topic. If you want to talk about cigars, which again, complicated topic, but like anything you want to bring up, you own this shit, do it. Like, you're not going to make a life off of making YouTube videos. So just do what you want to do. And that's all that matters. Like, that's all anyone should ever do in this life is do what you want to do, make the best out of the time you have on this earth, and just send it.
Yeah. No, I mean, so like,
Yeah.
As Steven pointed out, like, this is never going to be about the money either way. For me, it's just like I'm tired of just talking about whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, the main reason I'm reaching out is because I want to see how, like, especially my patrons. I mean, because you guys literally support me. Like, because YouTube's not doing shit right now. Like, they won't even verify my address.
Yeah, if you can't verify your address, you ain't making no money.
Like, where the fuck am I living right now? But like, YouTube will not send me. Like, I have messaged them 2 times. They're like, okay, we got your message. The letter's on the way. Bullshit. It's been 4 months. So anyway, yeah. So until I get the letter, I don't make any money. That's the reality of the situation, folks. So YouTube is not paying.
I got the letter, but I still don't make any money because I don't monetize any of my shit. They can go stick it.
Well, there you go. Yeah. So YouTube's
And
not.
I don't
paying
have enough subs, so you know.
Well, hey, give her she can have Mike as your partner, and he refuses to touch a single penny that the channel's made.
Yeah. I mean, so YouTube is not paying me jack, and
there's like $3-4 grand sitting there.
There you go. I mean, so
buy some whiskey.
So YouTube is not paying me jack. So I mean, literally, Patreons, you guys are the only thing I care about because you're literally supporting me. YouTube's not doing anything, so I don't give a damn about what they say. So like, really at this point, like the copyright strikes, like if I start doing music, it doesn't really matter because they haven't paid me a cent. So like, and here's the thing is my deadline with YouTube is January like 20 something. So if I don't get the letter before then I like never make money potentially.
What?
Yeah, like you have a certain amount of time to verify your address, and if you don't, then it's like you don't ever get the money.
Can you try a different address?
Want my heavy winter coat out with me?
I guess, but
Hey, if you need another address, use my address. They send into my place. I can message you my address because I've gotten verified. So if they need another address, you can send it to my place, and I'll text you the 6-digit fucking code. Oh, sorry for cussing. Hope you just didn't get. Oh, it's okay. You're not making the money anyways. It doesn't matter. But no, you can send. I'll text you the 6-digit code when it shows up, and you'll be squared away.
All right. Yeah. That's actually a good idea. I've been stubborn and wanting them to verify my address because I'm pretty sure I live at a house.
But an address of cabin in the middle of the woods in bumfuck, middle of nowhere, a little hard to verify.
I know what the issue is. So about 5 years ago, this town, somebody decided to redo all the addresses and update them to look like more normal, up-to-date addresses. When that happened, for some reason, in some systems, the old address is still present, which is like something like County Road 611 or something like that. And so if that's so when you put in my address, which some of you have sent stuff to me, so you know what it is. When you put in my address, for some reason in some systems it auto corrects to that old, like in the system it corrects it. And so if YouTube does it that way, when they send it, it comes back as undeliverable. And so like I live here, but yeah, anyway, it's a whole bullshit thing. Also, there's the whiskey fancies. Also, ladies, I saw you. I'm sorry, I've been ranting about this stupid YouTube bullshit. Love you, ladies. You're awesome. Cheers. Also, check them out. They did the whole.
Cheers, ladies.
As did Steven. Steven and the ladies both did the whole advent calendar thing. They put out videos every day. You guys are awesome. I don't have the diligence to do that, but you guys, you did it. So.
I don't think
Whiskey
I'm doing it
Fancies,
next year.
the veteran stream was on Northwest Bourbon, so on Mark's stream.
Yeah.
What's that?
Mm-hmm.
Every year I unsubscribe to about 5 channels and have to resubscribe to them in January because of advent calendars.
Gotcha.
I'm just like, I'm out.
Now, but so here's the thing, though, is that some channels are actually entertaining. So that helps. Well, Steven and the Fancies and 21090, I think they did pretty good advent calendars. Now 21090 didn't post all their stuff on. There was more Patreon, but anyway, we're getting sidetracked. These lives were never just about whiskey to begin with, though. Not gonna lie, we need Charles back. I'm telling you, man. Charles, where's Charles? Charles is busy. I know where Charles is. Charles has a very busy life. I love Steve and Buckethead, but Randy Rhodes and, of course, EVH are my heroes. Now, Ian Thornley? I'm not familiar. Now I have to look up guitarists. Now, Ian, I guess it's Ian, and Pete Thorne, along with Andy Woods, are ridiculously good. Okay.
I can tell you this for sure, man. If you have Stanley Wags on and 21090 on talking music, I'm not going to be on because I'm not on that level.
Okay. No, Stanley is on a whole different plane than most people I've ever met.
Yeah.
No, Stanley can talk circles. I'm not that. I have a base understanding of music, and I enjoy music a lot.
21090 can do it too, man. Like they know, like I'm like, man, I know the band. I don't know every freaking member and how. Yeah, and Tuesday on September 13th, that guy stubbed his toe and he never quite hit that beat the same way again. I'm like,
oh yeah, I mean, Andy especially. I mean, Todd loves music like myself, but Andy's recollection of like when various artists did things, I can't do that. Yeah. So mine's more just like an appreciation of music. But anyway, whiskey drinkers have conversations. Whiskey drinkers have conversations are amazing. They cover all topics. That's what I love. Yeah. Okay. It feels like you guys are on board with this, so I hope that it goes smoothly.
Well, you ever watch Joe Rogan?
Oh yeah.
You know what they're doing? They're drinking.
Ben, I see your peace signs.
Yeah, peacing out. I got to go get ready to go.
We'll be over shortly.
Yeah, no problem.
See ya.
In a bit.
Yeah, so
Come hang if you want to come hang after Sean. That's all.
Certainly,
Sure.
yes.
Cheers.
And
Didn't get a whole lot out, but
I'll be there.
still good.
Sorry, Ben. I've been ranting about this nonsense, but
That's all right. You haven't gotten a rant in a couple weeks, so you got to get it out.
there you go. That's right. Yeah, it's been building up.
I'm just gonna try and do this weird thing and start on time.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Hey, for those of
Why would
you
you do
who
that?
haven't done so, go subscribe to Ben. Time freaking now. Get it
Damn.
done. Make it
Thank
happen.
you,
We
sir.
need to get
Do
him
it.
to 1,000 subscribers.
Do it.
So get off your lazy ass and freaking do it.
Damn, dude.
And Merry Christmas. Love you all. You guys are fantastic community.
Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Festivus. Happy Kwanzaa.
That's
Happy
right.
freaking everything.
If you
Happy
don't,
shitness.
if you don't sub to Ben's channel, Satan will possess your body. That's
Yeah, just look at Ken.
anyway. All right, Ben. We'll see you in a few,
Yep.
buddy.
See you
Right.
later. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
See you, Ben.
What the shit?
I'm
Sean,
gonna have to unsubscribe to Ben because I want to be a headless demon.
first thing, I'm sorry. I read that wrong at first. First thing I thought that said Liza, like Liza Minnelli. Yeah, I would not do that. But Lizzo, okay, that I can. Okay. Hey, Whiskey RN, what's up, Sierra?
Now when you just like cut to like the Family Guy scene with them puking.
yeah, just
Oh
everybody
yeah.
puking on each other. Oh, yeah. Anyway, Sierra, another person I owe mini samples. I'm so behind. I swear, this weekend it's going to be nothing but boxing up samples because I have nowhere else to go. So why not? I find it incredible what Whiskey Tube produces. The time invested is amazing. I enjoy the variety of conversations and topics covered.
Love
While
you, BB.
nothing better. Yeah, see, I agree, Paul, and thank you for that comment. You know, so I feel like, and that's kind of like, I guess what I'm encouraging everybody to do is I hope that more people follow me in this craziness, and that Whiskey Tube becomes like a more awesome topic covering thing, because I think that like the people in Whiskey Tube are better than most of the people on YouTube. And I hope that we take over YouTube. I hope that we branch out into whatever the things are that we love, and we do more things. Because, I mean, if we're being honest, like what we do right now is a super niche genre of thing. This is your ultra whiskey nerd, and there's very few of us. Like we've met each other through this thing, and that's why we're all awesome, because we all love whiskey way too freaking much. But that said, I think we all have other interests that are also very interesting that I've talked with a lot of you guys about. And I hope that some of that gets talked about more, because like tasting notes are cool and all. But in the end, it's like tasting notes are such a personal thing that I don't know, like their usefulness is like somewhere around like, 50 to 75%. And then outside of that, it's kind of like it's your own experience. So, and so like, and I think all of us that are in the Whiskey Tube thing, I think we all have gotten those comments like, that I don't get those notes that you're tasting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you're talking about. I get these notes instead. And that's the thing about Whiskey Tube that's kind of weird to me, is it's like you're trying to convey a thought about a thing that's a personal experience, and it's like, it's kind of like, what was your first sexual experience like? Well, mine's totally different than yours, so why does it even matter me sharing? It doesn't much matter. So I hope that we can do more stuff. Anyway, that was a weird transition, but that's where my mind went.
So many weird comments.
No, I get.
Right now. Let me tell you, if you tell me a woman's
Like-
breasts feel like sandbags, you've never touched a breast, or you touched a really weird one.
Yeah, maybe a cancerous breast. I don't know what would feel sandbaggy.
Really bad fake ones, maybe.
Maybe like an infected, like if somebody had
Oh, this is taking a weird turn. I'm not about.
Yeah, I was like, where are we going with that?
That's a 40-year-old. That's a 40-year-old virgin reference. In case somebody missed it.
Let's pull a circle back Saki here and get back to topic. Steven, you were going to say something.
Oh no, I was just agreeing with you. Like I'm as of current situation, I'm done doing reviews of whiskey. I'm over that. If I'm doing like tasting notes, it's going to be like comparing things. I'm done doing reviews. I might do like shorts reviews. I don't know. The new year, I have a bunch of plans because I'm in the same exact mode where you are. I've been doing it since around the same time you are. Like we're about the same age as far as our channels go, and I'm just kind of done with the myopic whiskey reviews and whatnot. So I don't know if I'm really going to branch out, like, because the two realms I go to, it's like movie nerd because I'm into cinematography and whatnot, and like with like military stuff because I'm a drill sergeant and whatnot. So that's kind of where my mind goes. But as far as like whiskey goes, I'm so over just doing basic whiskey reviews. Like it's not even something I even remotely give a shit about doing anymore. So that's my New Year's resolution, is cutting that out of my whole YouTube doing thing, because it started becoming a chore towards the end of this year, and I'm ever since Advent started, I'm like, I'm over all that.
See, I had the same feeling, Steven. It was just like I'm not enjoying doing this anymore. Like the full length reviews, I just like I'm done doing it. Like, and also like the views aren't there, so like nobody else cares either. Like my average full length review is getting 100 views. So I mean, of the nearly 1,300ish people, 1/13 of them are watching the review. So why am I doing it? Like I don't like doing it. They're not watching it, so why am I doing it?
Yeah, like you could rationalize it if it's like a list video where it gets a few thousand views and you're like, oh shit, that's actually gonna like end up being some real money. Not real money, but like maybe enough to pay for a bottle that month.
Well, not even that.
Yeah.
But it's just like for me, it's just like people aren't even enjoying this. So why am I doing it? Like if I don't enjoy it and most people aren't enjoying it, then why keep producing the content that no one even gives a shit about?
You spend like 20 minutes filming the video, then probably another hour to 2 hours, maybe 3 hours if you add some B-roll and you try to fluff up the video. That's like 4 hours of your life that like isn't really giving you any real value outside of maybe a positive comment, which like like people support you and that's freaking awesome. And again, I love this community. They're amazing, but like you could do so much more with that time and get so much more value, even if it's just internally something you care about doing more. Like I say, if you're going to spend 4 hours, spend it on something you actually give a shit about, because that's the one thing we can't get in this life is time. You can always make more money, you can always buy more whiskey, you can always do more shit, but like you need time in order to do any of that stuff. So don't waste it doing something you don't care about.
Exactly. And also, Commandante Lou says, do it. So I'm with it, man. Also, yes, sub to Bourbon. There's the link right there. Thank you, Will. You're awesome.
I think you make a really good point, though, Sean, is, if people aren't watching, then why do it?
Yeah.
And you have to judge that. Like, it's one of the things Mike and I talk about occasionally with, like, it's like, look, we know certain whiskeys will get views. Like, I know certain bottles will get 1,000 views before we even, like...
Where's Tic Tac? Go ahead.
But I also know bottles that I want to review because I want to put it out there, but I also know I'm going to get absolutely nothing. We're going to get 300 views. And I'm like, why? Why am I even going to take this bottle of Mike's? Unless it's something I want to drink with Mike, why even do it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough to kind of come to that. And then, when you were doing the tasting notes, Mike and I were even talking the other day. Mike's like, I think I spent too much time explaining what it tastes like. He goes, does anybody care? And I'm like, kind of not. You know what they want to hear from you? They want to hear something that they can use to help them buy. And 9 times out of 10, that's really not your tasting notes. It's something more like, this has this bitterness that's coming in here. This is what the people, if you like these whiskeys, you'll like this. If you don't like these whiskeys, you won't like this. And that's hard to do. But, I mean, that's actually what would help more people than telling them that I get vanilla and caramel on every bourbon I've ever had.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so I think my plan going forward is I'm going to do whiskey reviews in short form because that takes up less of your time, guys. So I
will not watch one of them.
Fair enough. So
it's filmed like this, I'm out.
No, so I do all mine horizontal.
Oh, okay, so you're not doing a YouTube short. You're still real video.
Well, I mean, it's I don't know how YouTube ends up rolling it out, but it's a horizontal format. I don't like the
so then it won't be an official YouTube short. That's all I want to avoid. Is I hate that vertical shit.
But
I don't watch YouTube on my phone, and I don't really want to start.
Yeah, exactly. So, so my thing is, I'm with you, Dustin. Like, I hate the short format. I hate that. So, Patreons, for those, there's only 8 or 9 of you left here. I'm curious what you guys think, because you're the super fans. You're the ones that really care about this channel. So, do you like the shorts? Do you like the short format? Is that what you want going forward for whiskey reviews? And contact me on Patreon, because you guys can. So, if you want the long format videos, I'll keep doing them. It's just that I feel like nobody cares anymore. So if I'm wrong, let me know. Because if you want them still, I'll do them. It's just the shorts are easy to pump out. I can do a lot more reviews that way because it takes much less time to edit. The whole thing is shorter. I mean, like as Steven was saying. So from start to finish on our end, we're looking at about 3 to 4 hours to get a video out. I mean, for like total filming, editing, thumbnails, the whole thing, you're looking at 3 or 4 hours of your life to get a video out. So to do a short, I can film a short in about 3 to 5 minutes. I can edit it down in about 10 to 15 minutes, and I can get it out to you because the way shorts work, you don't really put background music or any of the stuff in it, none of the fluff, because there's no room for that. And I can edit one in like an hour of my time, probably less. A short can be out. So if you guys like them, then great. If you don't, then we won't do them because why do it? I mean, and that's my whole thing, like with the new year rolling around. And I don't really care about New Year resolutions or any of that kind of bullcrap. It's just like I'm tired of doing things the way I'm doing them. So I want to know what you guys want.
Can I vote one thing for you, Sean?
Yeah.
I enjoy when you do a versus that makes sense to do. But I also will say this about every freaking Whiskey Tube channel, with a few exceptions, the less editing, the better. I don't need the sound coming in. I don't need the stuff popping up. I mean, it's fine if that's something you have fun doing. Just your opinions. But if you have a really cool versus, I think you do a good job with those. Maybe you do one a month, maybe you do one a quarter. But like if you have something that like you're like, man, we need to compare these, I think those are fun.
Well, I mean, so that's my favorite videos to shoot. So thank you for that, Dustin. The problem is that the way I typically do blinds, I involve probably too many whiskeys, but that's kind of the fun of it. And so I can only do about one of those. Like on a shooting day, I can only do one of those kind of videos because I'm drinking 5-6 bourbons.
Well, but I mean, bring down the whiskey. I mean, again, come up with, hey, these are 2 bottles I really want to verse, and just verse those 2.
Yeah. I mean, like you even go back, you look at the way that Ken used to do his reviews with Carly and Cue Ball. You know, Carly, who isn't really heavily involved in it all, is just giving a purely simple, honest opinion. Goes looking for a few notes. Cue Ball's just, he's into it more, but it's that fun more thing of 3 mates sitting around just having a drink and going, what are you getting? So even possibly have somebody in there with you doing the review with you, just to bounce and get that different, especially someone with a different palate.
So that's a good point, Chris. And the wife is about to be more involved. We've been talking about it, and so I have one thing filmed that didn't go well because of this guy right here. He was squeaking his ball and knocking over lights and bumping cameras and all kinds of nonsense. Which Patreon, I keep promising it, but you guys will see all the bloopers from that video.
That might actually be worth just putting on YouTube, unedited, just to let it. Show it.
That's it. It's really long because of all the interruptions. It's like a half hour long.
So what? Do it, man.
Do it. It's the server stream. Just do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think Patreons are going to get all the good moments because like the lights falling and the cameras getting bumped and the wife getting distracted and him squeaking the ball. Yeah. So anyway, also if you start reviewing perfume and cologne, I'm out, Sean. That's fair. That's a fair point. No problem, AZ. I totally understand. So spicy.
If you start wearing sunglasses,
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you about this whiskey I've never tasted. It's amazing. You guys should go buy it. Ladies and gentlemen, you should go pick it up at your local store. Yeah, it's so good. I'm here in the Miami area. Just Miami life. So it's just I gotta warn you, because if you drink it neat, it kind of kneels your palate. It's so spicy. Anyway, what did that do? That freak. Is he still alive? Does anybody know? Is he still breathing air?
Does anyone give a shit?
Oh, I have no idea. No.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Sean, man, I would love it if more of the Whiskey Tube, like, went live and said, "Hey guys, we got a big game tonight.
See,
Let's
exactly.
just watch the game together." That'd be awesome.
Or whatever your interest is. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I think that'd be awesome. I think honestly, it's probably what we're missing is we've got all these pub style things, and we don't just say, "Look, we're going to alienate a few people in the pub world," and say, "Hey, today we're talking about soccer." I won't be watching.
I mean,
but if you're into soccer, that'd be cool.
That's what Scott is, though.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's kind of what I want to do is like.
But Scott never talks about sport on his channels. He talks about it on everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, so let's drink whiskey and enjoy whiskey because that's what we're here to do. But also do this other thing as well.
I'd be interested in hearing, people in the Whiskey Tube community talk about real world issues. I mean, I'd like it to avoid like super political where it gets into like, I'm voting for this guy, but anything short of that, drinking whiskey and talking about the issues of the day, that's fun, man.
Okay, so Woods is with Dustin and myself. He doesn't do vertical videos. Fair enough. I don't like them either. Shorts are good. Okay.
Well,
good.
vertical video is an oxymoron because there's no such thing. It's video. That's it. There's no such thing as vertical video.
Hey,
fair enough.
Whiskey Tube, don't hate me, but coming in the new year, I'm actually going to do vertical shorts. I'm going to give it a test. Give it a test run. See how
it'll
it does.
grow your channel big time.
Because
I'll be watching.
Yeah.
Like,
I think I'm going to use it as, for lack of better words, like a just not a scapegoat, but like a growth platform or whatever to help me grow. And then for the other videos I do, it'll be things I actually give a shit about. And then I'll just do like little 30-second vertical reviews of a bottle. And then, on all my other videos, I can talk about things I really actually want to talk about.
I mean, if YouTube's going to keep promoting it, it's a great way to build the channel.
Mm-hmm.
I won't be watching.
Yeah, anyone who has a channel knows that you've been getting nonstop notifications since June to start doing YouTube shorts from YouTube once a week, if not 2 or 3 times a week.
I'm glad I'm the admin on the channel and I don't get the actual emails because I would just be emailing them back. Fuck you, fuck your mother.
No, I mean, so he's absolutely right though, Dustin. Yeah, so YouTube every week they're like, hey, you're not doing shorts. You should probably do some shorts. Hey, do some shorts. You should do shorts right now. Literally, they're really pushy about doing shorts. But also, so AZ saying, I value your opinion on bottles, Sean, and we seem to have similar taste. So I need reviews. God dang it. Okay, fair enough. All right, so how about here's a compromise for you guys. I feel like I will do full reviews on bottles I really care about. Is that fair? So if I find a bottle that I think is deserves a full review, then I'll do it. Right.
Also, Sean, you could do the first half hour of your live stream and just make that where you review a couple bottles, and then you open it up to pub style and do whatever you want. And then if you really wanted and you liked one, you could just edit from the live stream and put up the video as its own video. Just saying that's a way to do both, and it will cut down on the effort and work a lot.
Shit.
Sure. Now, Bobby is the king of shorts. Bobby has done shorts, and I feel like most of us whiskey tubers have a lot to learn from Bobby because Bobby's just, for as young a channel as he is, he's doing really well with shorts and just everything he's doing. He's bringing all kinds of different platforms in. I think that we all could probably learn a little bit from Bobby.
It's amazing with how many platforms he's doing at once. It's pretty awesome.
And also just, it's working. His subscriber count for the age of his channel is impressive. I was not at that number when you consider the number of months that he's been active. So Bobby's doing something right. The last live I did, me and Bobby were backstage picking his brain about shorts and stuff. And
Hey.
And so I feel like I need to get better at them. But either way, I think that sometimes shorts can be effective. So
That said, though, if your goal is to monetize and make money off a channel, the shorts don't really pay anything.
no, but again, like I said earlier, that's not necessarily my end goal. I just want to put out content that people will care about watching. So I mean, and I feel like if you do that, the money will come eventually anyway.
Well, yeah. For example, I know I don't know if you guys ever watch Old Humble Distilling Company.
Yeah.
Now, his live streams get way too political for anybody to like even associate with whiskey. But he's been able to grow that channel massively on shorts. But he can't get enough watch hours through those because again, nobody's watching anything long format. They're not coming over and watching the live streams. So it's a mixed bag. I'll just leave it at that. It's a mixed bag.
For sure. Guys, I really need to piss. We also need to support Ben because I'm 23 minutes into his time. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. We still got 9 viewing here, even though Ben is live, so you guys are awesome. Patreons, please, you guys have heard my thoughts tonight. I want to hear more of your in-depth thoughts, if you could, please.
Thanks, Hank.
Hit me up on Patreon and let me know what you think. Lou, there you go. Peace, everyone. There's a Patreon, as is Bobby and Woods. Yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts because I'm curious what you guys want to see for the channel going forward. Because, I mean, my main goal in the end is to make content that you guys want to watch. So, yeah. Chris, Dustin, Ken, you guys are all awesome. If you don't mind hanging out backstage a few, we could do that. I just really need to piss right now. So
yeah, go for it, buddy.
So we're going to close down. Go support Ben. Anybody that's still watching me, you guys are great. Mr. Great Shot, cheers to you, buddy. Appreciate the bottles recently. You're all awesome. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, all my Patreons. Cheers, everybody watching tonight. You guys, love you. And if I don't see you before the new year for some reason, then have a good new year. And we will see you next Friday, hopefully, which is pre-New Year. But anyway, good night, all.
Yeah, Merry Christmas,